In the past few months, I wrote several briefs. Currently, I'm litigating 2 lawsuits. The first lawsuit is against a group of professors at the University of Alabama. These professors stole the technology I had discovered, and then they lied to the authorities to deny the theft. The second lawsuit is a FOIA lawsuit against National Science Foundation. In that lawsuit, I'm asking from NSF to release information regarding the misconduct of these professors. Today, I'm going to explain the first lawsuit, the lawsuit with the university. I was a PhD student at the University of Alabama, and I discovered a new type of computer technology with a lot of applications. The university wanted to have full control over this technology without giving me any share of ownership. They offered me a faculty position in return to my ownership of this technology. I rejected the offer. I did not accept that faculty position. Then the university used police operations to steal the technology. They stole the samples, my notebooks, and everything related to this technology. The theft took place in summer 2017, and since then we are litigating. Now we are in the 5th year of litigation. I will show you some documents. On May 23, 2017, I received a formal letter from Vice President for Research, Dr. Carl Pinkert. In the deposition of Patrick Leclerc, who is the chair of the physics department, we reviewed this letter. There is a part which is related to the ownership of this computer technology, and I asked from Dr. Leclerc to read it. Let's see that part. Can you please read the second paragraph?
Related to intellectual property ownership, students who are university employees are obligated to adhere to the university policies and procedures pertaining to patents as delineated in the Faculty Handbook, Appendix G, and the University of Alabama Patent Policy. Please note, ownership of creative works and inventions derived from activities directly related to a student's employment at UA belongs to the university.
The correct interpretation of Appendix G does not recognize the university as the sole owner of inventions. Indeed, the maximum share of university could be 50%, and the other 50% belongs to the inventor. According to the Section 4 of Appendix G, the President could decide on details. And I wrote an email to President Bell, and he replied. I will show you a picture of his reply, and I will have an AI voice to read that.
Dear Ali, your email does not include enough information for me to make an informed judgment regarding ownership of the memory device invention. Before the university can determine ownership of that invention, you will need to provide adequate documentation to the Office of Technology Transfer. Please contact Trix Whitloski to begin that process. Stuart R. Bell, President.
Although President Bell did not make a clear decision about the ownership of the technology, but the referral to the Office for Technology Transfer was in my favor. Because I was in contact with OTT for several months, and they had decided to recognize me as the main inventor and start the patenting and commercializing process. The only problem was that the other professors involved were not collaborating. A few days after the referral to the OTT, the Department of Physics tried to make a deal with me. They offered me a faculty position in a nearby college. The chair of the physics department in that college wrote an email to Dr. Leclerc and described the position available so that Dr. Leclerc can forward that email to me and offer me the job. I asked from Dr. Leclerc to read that email in his deposition.
I'm writing now because our long-term physics instructor has given notice he'll not be returning for the fall, so I'm looking for someone interested in such a position. Unlike full faculty positions here, instructors aren't expected to do research, so this would be ideal for a graduate student who is finishing up and considering other options in a full research career. However, I'm also exploring the possibility that this position might be expanded to a tenure-track position that would involve research.
This faculty position was offered to me twice. The first time was on June 12 that somebody gave me a phone call and offered me the job. I was not interested in the offer because I was focused on research. I was trying to write patents, start my own company, and establish this technology. I did not have time for a teaching faculty position. The second time was on June 28, about 16 days later. In the second time, they were basically saying that this faculty position is still available for you. Take it. What happened in between these two dates explains why they contacted me for the second time. I documented two incidents. One of them was that a professor went to the lab and tried to find and steal some of the important samples we had. He couldn't find those samples, but he created a big mess. This was vandalism. I reported the incident to President Bell, and I asked him to save those samples. President Bell took action and replied back to me. In the briefs of the federal court, I included this communication.
President Bell. Yesterday, somebody entered into the CVD lab in the Mint Center and have manipulated my research samples. Currently, I am the only user of this lab. The intruder has opened the desiccator which I am keeping the samples. Please take immediate action to save my samples. These samples are the proof of my great scientific achievements. Such achievements are unprecedented in the UA. Please save these samples. The reply of President Bell. On Monday 19th of June. Dear Ali, I have forwarded your email to Provost Kevin Whitaker and Vice President Carl Pinkert. Thank you, Stuart R. Bell, President.
Provost Kevin Whitaker was supposed to collaborate with Vice President Carl Pinkert to protect the samples of this technology. But what he did was the exact opposite. He stopped the Pinkert investigation and then authorized a police operation to steal the samples. One of the emails of Provost to Dr. Pinkert was on June 19, and I got it through discovery process. Look what he is saying in this email.
From Whitaker, Kevin. Sent on Tuesday, June 20th, 2017 at 2:04 p.m. To Pinkert, Carl. Subject, final decision. What do we need to do to shut this guy down? He seems to be building some kind of case, not sure what that case is. Bring Susan Carvalho and Bob Olin into this? Source of document, UA Production 001982.
Following the instructions of Provost, Susan Carvalho organized several police operations. After I filed the federal lawsuit, I used the discovery tools of the court to document at least 4 separate police operations. They started on June 23rd and took the situation at their hand. A number of professors had to leave the university, and all of the samples, notes, and design of instruments were stolen by using police forces. When the Department of Physics contacted me for the second time to offer the faculty position, the vandalism had already happened, and after that, the police operations had already started. the team of Dr. Carl Pinkert had lost. In that situation, the Department of Physics was telling me that we can take you out of this situation. Just say yes. Just accept the faculty position. But I did not accept that offer because I have a right to choose at which university I want to become a faculty member. And the value of the technology is in billions of dollars. I did not need to trade my technology to a faculty position. I reported the situation to the FBI, and after that to the US Congress and some other authorities. All of these authorities referred the case to the court. And now we are litigating for 5 years. I will provide some more details and documents in the next videos. Thank you for your attention.